Hi there. Today is Saturday, November 19th, 2022, making this, I'm pretty sure, the week 46 Create Brilliance update with your hostess, Jennifer Vanderbeek of Screw of Life. That's me. Hi, how are you? Oh, so this has been a productive week. I don't have a lot to show for it because most of that productivity has happened on things that are not easily for one thing or reason or another. I finished the sewing commission that I had that's already been handed off. It was handed off this morning. That's done and gone. Um, I'm glad I did a prototype of it, ran through the pattern on my own first before doing the real one. As it pointed out some issues. I think I mentioned that last week. But yes, the second one turned out much better. Very happy with it. And my friend was happy too. I then proceeded to make an entire outfit, including like a dress and a headpiece for like a little fascinator hat for a theme party I'm going to tonight, and I already moved it upstairs, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it that I did it and it's cute. It's a casino themed party, and yeah, so I kind of went like I wanted to be just simple and comfortable to wear because I'm me. But I kind of wanted it to be like reminiscent a little bit of, or like it was influenced by, we'll say, like the old like pinstripe suits and like the gangster mobster kind of era of like Vegas kind of thing, like the gun malls and the Oh, that was where the inspiration came from, and it just kind of spiraled from there, and it's totally campy now, and okay with that. Embracing it. I also drum roll, please. Know why I tried to like do that? Y'all, I don't know. I finished the passive edits on the manuscript for book 4, rewrote the epilogue, as per my inspiration, my spark of inspiration, when I landed back in Tallahassee after I came back from Arizona. Why I was putting it off? Well, we know it had nothing to do with the actual process itself. It had to do with everything that came after. But I got it done this week. I still have to give it a grammar edit, and another read through before I send it off to beta readers. But we are getting somewhere. I also started a new pattern design. Uh, Old that is themed around Christmas cactus. So that's fun. I needed to do that. Like I needed a hole in the head, but here we are. Um and then I began my next sweater pattern, and it's squares so far. Um these portions, the sweater is a V-neck, a long sleeve V-neck sweater. It's crocheted out of this a great I think it's the color name is cranberry. It is wool stock worsted, so it is 100% wool. And while that did give me pause, I'm actually like really happy with like the openness of the fabric to an extent. So I'm not anticipating a problem actually being able to wear it. I mean, it's a sweater, it's a wool sweater. I'm not going to be able to wear it often, but I'm hoping like around Christmas time, and into the new year when it's actually chilly here. In other ways, it'll just be fine. But yeah, so the neat detail though is in the back, and along the hemline of the back, there's like a little peekaboo cutout with a bow that stretches across. And so these are the two sides of the back that the bow stretches across, creating like the top of the peekaboo out here. So yeah, I have like this first little section done. Um and yeah, I will continue on with that. How long that takes me. So yeah, I feel like it's been very productive. I spent time, like working on my budget this week. Again, the sewing just kind of like took over because there was a clear deadline. Hello. I mean, but at the same time, I felt really good. It felt so good to be working with the fabric again, and being creative, and especially when I got to the point where I was kind of creating the like the fast I keep doing it this way, but it's actually gonna be worn on the left side, but or the right side. to balance all the like embellishment I did on the dress that's on over like the heart kind of area. So yeah, wow. But yeah, so the fascinator and like I really I feel like I really got to be very creative with it and I just kind of started throwing things together to see what would work. And that felt really good. And so yeah, very happy, very pleased with it. Doubt I mean, who knows if I'll have a a reason to wear it ever again, but never say never, right? Um had a really wonderful 6-month review with my manager at work. Um, got great feedback. I know the areas that I need to work on, and then today was just. I mean, we're in our busy season. It's the holiday season, so yeah. I mean, things were hectic at the store today, but in an excellent way. In the best possible way. But we were able to help everybody and believe everyone left happy. So, that's all we can do, right? Anyway, which leads me to this week's thoughts on brilliance. And today I'm going to say that brilliance is innovation. Now, we think of like innovators as people who are out there making huge sweeping changes and they're thinking the big thoughts, they're doing the big things. But it's possible to be innovative just within yourself. You know, whether it's introspection and understanding yourself a little bit better, sometimes that is pretty innovative. Um, or whether it's creating new things. Like I felt a certain spark of innovation when I was creating the fascinator for my outfit tonight. Um, and is that changing the world? No, but innovation doesn't have to. It needs to have an effect on you. And making that and seeing it come together from my own 2 hands and my hot glue gun. No, there was sewing involved too. I just got to a point where I'm like, "All right, we need to bust out the glue gun." For a variety of reasons, but when I started adding, like, different elements and stuff, um, yeah, it was time to bring out the big guns, or actually it's a little gun, because thank goodness I own 2 glue guns, right? Because I seem to always lose one of them. I'm still not sure where the one I used on the last project, which was also a headpiece for a party with these same folks. I'm sensing a theme here. Um, I know I have a larger glue gun somewhere. I thought I had just seen it, but I can't remember where. I really need to clean up the space. I really do. Um, yeah, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, to see it come together and, like, to be so pleased with it, and I'm like, "Hey, this is actually something kind of cool." Um, it felt really cool, it felt really awesome, it recharged my creative well, even though it was very late at night, last night by the time I finished it, and, I am as soon as I finish recording this, I'm gonna go take a power nap because it's gonna be a long rest. I have a lot of day left to get through. Um, and I'm just But yeah, innovation. Innovation is anything that's gonna speak to you, that's going to kind of spark your internal processes to you know to click, to churn, to amass. Um and it just I think it's relevant. I think it's relevant. Okay, so I was looking up the definition for innovation because I'm like, I'm thinking this word, but am I having one of those Princess Bride moments where you keep using that word? I do not think it means what you think it means. Innovate, to make changes in something established, especially by introducing new methods, ideas, or products. Okay, so in our daily creative life, in our creative businesses, we know that there are XYZ ways of doing any given thing, you know? Yes, I could have looked up tutorials on how to make fascinators. Yes, I could have, sourced this. Of course, I didn't plan it at all. Um, and maybe the fascinator is like not the best, example. I don't know. I don't know. This is how I jump from one thing to another, and how the, things coalesce in my brain. Um, but yeah, I could have said, okay, no, I'm not going to do this. Or we could follow a pattern. So I was working with patterns for some of the pieces that I made. Um, I did not follow patterns exactly. I did my own spin on them. I added layers, I added details, this, that, and whatever. I created my own pattern based on something I already had, and then built upon that further to create the end result. I think as creatives, we innovate in our daily lives all the time. We are constantly innovating. And so yeah, when we can tap into that, I think that is one of the ways we can just that kind of, be our most brilliant selves. And at first when I first had the thought of like innovation, yeah, that's a good word that feels right for today. At first I was like, I thought I was going to say, not that I'm saying that I'm being incredibly innovative right now, because at first I didn't feel like I was, but then when I thought about it more and more, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I have been. This week, I feel like I have tapped into that in different ways. And again, these weekly updates are one person's journey through trying to create a self-sustaining creative business in life. And I'm still struggling with it. I'm still working at it. I'm not there yet. I am far from it, but I'm still working towards it, and that's what's important. So yeah, I see this as an opportunity every week when I get to sit down with you. Um, just kind of check in and say, yeah, here's what I've done, but also really give myself credit for what I've done, not just saying I did these items on a on a bullet list or whatever, but to really give myself credit for what goes into the making of those things, the doing of the things, the work that I'm putting in. Um, was the time that I spent working on this outfit, this costume, profitable? Potentially not. I mean, definitely not. I mean, it didn't cost me anything because I already had everything I needed thanks to my massive craft hoard. My overindulgence in years past is saving me from having to go out and buy materials now. Not exactly the best way to do it, but we're gonna go with it. Um, no, but oh gosh, what was I just saying? Oh, right. Anyway, yeah, yeah. Was it profitable? No. Did it teach me a skill or two? Did it reinforce some skills that may come in handy in more profitable ventures? Very possibly, yes. After all, I did that, I did that sewing commission for someone this week. Is that what I want to do for always and ever? No. But when opportunities like that come around, it's nice to be able to have the skill set. Um, will I likely wear the casino themed fascinator? Um, again, never say never, but I don't know. I don't know when it would be I don't know when it would be appropriate, not that appropriateness ever stopped me. Um I don't know when I'd have the occasion to wear it again necessarily. But it's kind of a cool piece. It is going to be something neat to have as, do I want to get into millinery? No. No, that's other people do that way better than I do. Um But you never know what's gonna come out of that. You never know what doing that project might lead to inspiration-wise. Starting a new, pattern design or set of images, the Christmas cactus stuff this week when I could have been working on existing things and zipping through those. Time will tell if that pays off. I will need to work my tush off at the beginning of this week to make sure all that's taken care of in time to get them up in the Printful store. But, that's on me. That's on me. Um, but I'm really excited about it. And that counts for a lot. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I think I just kind of like boop, hit a wall. Um, but yeah, so I appreciate you hanging out with me today, checking in. These weekly updates do keep me accountable, and I know, oh my goodness, we got a month and a half left of the year, and there is a lot I still want to do before the year is out, and to set me up for being able to move forward in the new year. Um, it's super important that I keep eye on the prize or something like. I really not a big fan of that saying in this instance, but it bears, it is kind of true, in that, it is important that I keep my eye on the goal and I keep reinforcing that goal and taking steps to accomplish that goal. And so, yeah, I've got a lot of work ahead of me for sure. And I appreciate you hanging out with me each week, and showing your interest and support towards this goal. Are you working towards any goals that you'd like to share with me and allow me to be your cheerleader? In the description box below, there's all sorts of ways to connect with me. I did create the Discord group, so that's a great place to, if you're comfortable with Discord and you want to join the group, it's right now, it's just me and the bots. I think a couple people have joined, but I haven't seen any activity. I need to be, kind of like planting seeds in there as well, not just build the framework and wait. And I know that's something that I need to do and will do. Yeah, so feel free to reach out to me, whether it's comments here on YouTube or, through the Discord or through one of the other social apps that I have linked below. Um, for those of you who are in the United States and who do celebrate Thanksgiving, this week is the big Gobble Feast. At Gobble Feast, Gobble sounded good in my head to substitute for turkey, but in reality, that was not the best word choice. At any rate, yeah, so this Thursday, and then, oh my goodness, then we are fully into Christmas season, and I just wow. That being said, have a good one. Be safe if you're traveling. I hope for smooth sails, smooth flights, good driving luck. No, no, knock on wood. No, no traffic jams or snarls on the interstates. I hope that everybody behaves themselves in whatever way, shape, or form that works for you. No family drama, nothing like that. Unless that's what you like, in which case, I don't know. I mean, am I supposed to wish for that if that's what kind of creates the amusement? I don't know. Otherwise, for everyone else who's not celebrating Thanksgiving for one reason or another this week, I hope you have a great week ahead. And for everyone, make sure to take some time for yourself, eke out a little bit of creativity, make the time to do something creative each day, or recognize the creative things that you're already doing and see how they're impacting and improving your life. And then if you have the bandwidth, the desire, and the ability, take care of somebody else, but take care of yourself first. And that's not being the bad kind of selfish. That's being the necessary kind of self-caring that we have to be so that we can be there for the other people in our lives. So, all that to say, as I try to remember to say each week, never be afraid to show the world your brilliance. And until next week,